start of a new year. It's the perfect time to freshen up your finances.
Yeah. But with the threat of energy bills continuing to rise, Martin Lewis is standing by to take your calls on the money matters worrying you. But first, huge congratulations, Martin, on the CBE. Well done.
Oh, thank you very much, and thank you to everybody who sent me a nice message on it. It's always good to get an upgrade, and that's what it was, from an O to a C. It's very nice.
You're amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. You can now refer to me as Commander Lewis if you like.
Listen, well, Commander, your show's back tonight, is that right?
Yeah, it is. We're in the new year, and this is going to be the year of the cost of living crisis. I've been quite political on it this week, calling for the government to intervene on energy prices. Tonight I'm being all practical. I am swamped with questions about energy. The big one for most is now the time to fix your energy deal, or should you stay on the price cap? The answer is, it depends. And I'll talk you through who should be fixing and who shouldn't be fixing on the show tonight, as well as looking at roaming charges, and interest rates has gone up since the last show, and a whole host of other very important information. So do have a watch of that, and we're live, so do watch it live. If you want to watch the other side, record them, watch us. We're up to the minute. You can watch them later.
Well, I think that's what we're going to be concentrating a lot on today. Let's go to our first caller, Brenda. Good morning, Brenda from Surrey.
Good morning.
Good morning, Brenda. What's your question for Martin?
On the 5th of August last year, I signed a 1-year dual fuel deal with SSE at a rate of £50 a month, which I thought was pretty good. Since then, my payments have tripled. And I'm failing to understand why, when I'm not using any more gas or any more electric. In fact, I'm using less gas than I was then, and I'm really struggling to understand why. No one at SSE is prepared to talk to me to answer my question. Help.
OK, so let's just break this down. It's a very common issue, because what happened is you've got a fixed tariff. Now, what a fixed tariff means is the rate that you pay, both of the standing charge and the unit cost for energy that you use, are locked in for a year. So they're locked in till next August. Invariably, if you locked in last August, you've done very, very well. You're going to get a massive shock when it ends. But at least in the meantime, over this winter, you are paying a lot less than most people who are no longer locked in are paying. But the amount you pay each month depends on what you use. And so if they say it was £50 when you started, that's an estimate. If you're now using more, they can change it. But often, and it's been very common, their estimates are wrong and they're misguided. So the biggest question I need to ask you is, are you currently in credit on your energy bill? Or
yes,
are you in debt? Do you owe them?
No, I'm in credit and I have a smart meter.
OK, if you're in credit, tripling your bill, if it's not proportionate to usage, is just simply wrong. Now, some of this is done on an automated basis by a computer. What it's important to know is, under energy firms' licence conditions, you, as a customer, have a right to a fair direct debit. Now, direct debit's the cheapest way to pay, so you don't want to get rid of it, because in the long run, you'll pay less, but this is cash flow, money coming out each month. So you need to call them up, and you need to say, I am in credit. I would like to know why you have tripled my direct debit when I am in credit, and I have not had any increase in the amount I pay. Give them an opportunity to answer it to you. Give them an opportunity to explain. If they don't, then make a formal request to have your direct debit lowered to an appropriate amount. I don't know if that's 50 quid. Without looking at the bill, I can't say. It may be 60, it may be 70, it may be 80. But there's no reason it should be trebled if you're in credit and you've been in credit based on paying £50 a month. So you need to have that conversation, and you need to formally request in that language an explainer of why your direct debit has increased when your rate has not increased, because you're on a fix and you are in credit, so you're not using more than you used to. And if they can't answer that, you ask them to lower it. And if they won't, you make a formal complaint. And if they still won't, you take them to the Energy Ombudsman.
Brilliant advice.
Thanks, Martin.
Good luck with that, Brenda.
Good luck, Brenda.
Yep, thank you.
Have we got Claire on the line? Let's go to Claire. Good morning, Claire. What's your question for Martin?
It's just a quick one, really. So over the past few months, I've gone £800 into my bank overdraft, and I had like little bits of debt elsewhere. So I had some on like an Argos card, which I've put onto so they're all together now, but it's £800, but I've had my first month like maternity pay, which obviously isn't a lot, and I'm just struggling to pay anything back, really.
So you've moved the debts onto the overdraft?
Yes, they're all in one place.
Oh dear. Look, I need to say this to you and to everybody else. These days, overdrafts are a danger debt. They are at 40% APR, typically, 40% annual interest. Even a normal credit card is 18%, so they're over double the cost. Never mind a cheap credit card. In fact, if you have credit card debts, in most cases, unless they're high interest rates, you want to minimise what you're paying on the credit card to reduce the debt on the overdraft. Your overdraft is the wrong place to be carrying debt. It is overdrafts are a debt, and in most cases, they are now a very costly debt. So what we need to do is if you've got that debt, you need to start trying to repay it each month by having more money in your account. But I would also be talking to your bank right now. Do you know what your credit score's like when you go and ask, or your credit history rather?
Yes, my credit score's quite good.
I mean, you could look at, and this is a bit of a complicated solution, you could look at shifting bank to someone like Nationwide, who would give you a 1 year 0% overdraft, or First Direct, who'll currently pay you to switch to them 130 quid, I think it is, and they'll give you a 250 quid overdraft. And if you qualify for that, then the 130 quid can reduce your debt. Some of your overdraft will be overdrawn, the rest will be at 0%, some won't. That would help. And then for the rest, if you've got a decent credit score, you could try getting what's called a money transfer card. Go and look this up carefully. Do reading. There are good sites out there with lots of detailed information which pay money into the bank account. A credit card pays money into the bank account, so you owe the credit card, but at 0%. Those would be the first things I'd look at to see if you can get them. If not, I'd speak to the bank and say, is there a way to convert this into a cheaper debt that I can repay a fixed amount each month? Overdraft, worst place to be keeping your debts. Really, really, really are these days. 40%. It's a hideous rate.
Claire, has that helped?
This changed a couple of years ago, so most people don't realise it. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
No, that's okay. Yeah, I'll definitely have a look into that.
Thanks so much, Claire, and best of luck. Thanks for calling us.
Good luck with that, darling.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Claire. Martin, thank you so much, and best of luck with the show tonight.
Yeah, good luck with the show.
Congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Bye,
Cheers.
darling.